Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
This.
Give me all you got!
Listen,
Give me all you got!
swear me and my brother.
I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Right now! I want to talk! You kill him! You kill yourself, you motherfucker! Give me back my son! Help! I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Stand and Watch, the best and only dad movie podcast you're ever going to listen to because we killed all the other ones.
We ran them over with the bus. They're dead. They're gone.
Oh.
This is the only option you have. This is the only dad movie podcast out there.
Don't get it twisted.
We're
We didn't do it because they're a competition. We did it because they couldn't answer our pop quiz.
Hey, we have a special guest today. I wanted to get that out up top before we forgot to do it. We're joined by Noah Evslin. Noah, how's it going?
Hello. Do I gotta say hi? Hi, I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. Do you want to? Tell the people what's your. We don't usually have plugs up top, but if you want to tell the people where they may know you from.
Oh, I see. This is how we introduce ourselves. The introduce yourself introduction part of the show.
You know I'm bad from the time that we did Twitter Spaces together. You know I'm bad at those intros.
I am Noah Evslin. I am a TV writer, mostly screenwriter. Sometimes I've been on shows. A lot of dad. This is for the dad podcast. I've been on a lot of dad shows like Hawaii Five-0, NCIS. That feels very like dad show genre, and a number of medical shows and other shows and an alien show. I'm on social media, used to be on Twitter, now on Threads, trying to just, air my frustrations about the world and life and other things. And I also have my own podcast called Screaming into the Hollywood Abyss, where we talk to high-level creatives about rejection, failure, and adversity in Hollywood and what they did to overcome such things.
A good show. You should go listen to it. It's the most accurate screenwriting experience podcast out there.
If you like angst, if angst is your jam, then come listen to our podcast.
Noah's also a pretty correct Fortnite player.
I know. Don't ask my kids that. They would say I'm very mid, and Nick knows I'm very mid, but I enjoy playing. So
No victory royales.
Oh no, we get them, but I play like I'm about in between a 6 and 7 year old probably in skill level, and like a 50-year-old, like where I'm at.
We gotta get the band back together. We've stopped for a while. I don't like to think it, but I'd like to think that all those layoffs over at Epic were because we stopped playing. We stopped spending money on the skins.
I think we are a reflection of the greater whole.
They stopped doing, like, the tree season was amazing. All these seasons were amazing, and now all I ever hear about Fortnite is they're doing this collab, they're doing that collab. And I'm like, no, I want to know what the new season is. Like, are there cars? Are there giant fighting robots? That was always the most fascinating part for me.
You're not excited about Gulp Shido?
Who?
Some Star Wars character, probably.
Are they scraping?
No, that's the meme when people make fun of Star Wars. Hey, it's Gulp Shido, and everybody claps.
I think we fell off around this time last year because they did that full Star Wars mini season, and it was all the blasters, and it just wasn't fun. And then everyone just sporadically would play here and there, but it hasn't been the same since last May.
My theory is that if you look at a game, there's only a handful of games that my on the fly theory. I've never really thought about this, but I'm going to give you a theory on the fly. That if you look at games like Minecraft, which have just lasted the ages with the kids, they still love Minecraft. The game really hasn't. It evolved slowly, but it's still. You play Minecraft, and it's Minecraft. It is what it is. It's not chasing trends. It's not suddenly deciding it wants to be Roblox. It's Minecraft. Fortnite is decided at some point in its history that it needed to start chasing other popular battle royale games. and it became a little bit of COD. It became a little bit of whatever was hot at the second. And I think we liked Fortnite for it was Fortnite. It was its own thing, and then it wasn't as good at being other things. And I think that's what began to lose us a little bit. Would be my guess.
Yeah, they added that racer, the Lego version. They want to be
Yeah.
Roblox, and it's like, no, stop trying to be Roblox. Stop trying
I'll
to.
say this: the Rock Band mode is pretty sweet.
It is. It is. It is. I'll agree. I'm Nick, by the way.
Yeah, I'm Matt.
We spent a lot of time on Noah. It's my turn.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Standees.
Steve Standees. No, in case you don't know, Steve Buscemi is a well-known listener. He started listening around the time of we were in GQ. We were actually in GQ. I'm not making that. We were in GQ. So
Wait, I think he was a listener before GQ.
really, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
he was
I
one
forget.
of the OGs.
We've been doing this for 2 years, and let's just say we've got a little bit of clout under our belts.
Good. 'Cause I'm always chasing clout, Nick. So it's a good combo for all of us.
You've got to. You get into a meeting with folks, and they're like, all right, let's see the clout, and you got to whip out your clout right there. Like, oh wow, that's nice clout. All right, let's make a movie. That's how it happens. Hey, we're talking about Speed today. Speaking of movies, speaking about Fast and Loose, we're talking about Speed. I'm just gonna segue into this intro right here. Speed is a 1994 American action thriller film directed by Jan de Bont. In his feature directorial debut and written by Graham Yost, Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, and Sandra Bullock star in the film alongside Joe Morton and Jeff Daniels in supporting roles. Plot centers on a city bus rigged by a vengeful extortionist, Howard Payne, Hopper, to explode if its speed drops below 50 miles per hour. Reeves plays LAPD officer Jack Traven. Traven? Traven.
Traven?
Traven.
I've heard it
It's
both
Traven.
ways.
It's true. Yeah, me too. Who is tasked with preventing the disaster, with Bullock portraying a passenger who becomes unexpectedly involved in the mission. Inspired largely by Runaway Train from 1985 and the Japanese language action thriller film The Bullet Train from 1975, Speed premiered on June 7th, 1994, and released on June 10th, 1994 by 20th Century Fox. The film received positive reviews from critics and grossed roughly $350 million worldwide against a $30 to $37 million budget, becoming the fifth highest grossing film of '94. At the 67th Academy Awards, Speed won Best Sound. The film also won Best Sound, Best Editing at the 48th British Academy Film Awards. Oh boy. A sequel, Speed 2 Cruise Control, was released June 13th, 1997, but performed poorly and was critically lambasted, receiving widespread criticism for Reeves' absence and the film's change in setting.
Speed
They're not going
2,
to let that happen to a bus
Cruise Control.
twice.
No, it happens on a cruise ship.
Yeah, they're not going to let it happen on a bus twice, so they had to change the setting. They just had to. Noah, did you see this in theaters, by the way?
Here you go, just aging me, Nick. But yes, probably I did.
I did too. I was 2, but my parents brought me anyway. I was in a car seat at the time. No, so you did. Was this with your dad or maybe an uncle who's like, don't tell your parents I'm taking you to an R-rated action movie?
No, in '94, believe it or not, I was in college. So I know I look like I'm 27, but I'm not. And I either went with my girlfriend at the time, most likely is who I saw it with. But we definitely remember going. I definitely remember Keanu Reeves was already a thing, but was about to pop in a huge way. Sandra Bullock was her real kind of introduction to many people, and she was delightful.
Yeah, I love her in The Blind Side. It's my favorite role of hers. Let's do the smell test. Who do we want to pick from this cast to see if they pass the smell test?
Alan Ruck.
Who? Oh, Alan Ruck. Here he is. As soon as I saw him in this movie, he was the guy in this movie where I pointed. It was like, I know you from something. What is it? I was like, oh yeah, you're one of the Succession babies.
And he was Ferris Bueller's friend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's Cameron.
I think he's first and foremost Cameron.
Is he Cameron to everybody?
He's been Ferris Bueller's
sure.
He's been Ferris Bueller's friend from a young age.
Look, as a young kid, I did relate more to Cameron in that movie than I did Ferris, so I will say that. Personal life doesn't look like there's any. Let's see here. Ruck was married to actress Claudia Stephanie from 1984 to 2005, with whom he has 2 children. Since 2008, he has been married to actress, uh, oh boy, Morelli Enos, whom he met in 2005 while co-starring in the Broadway revival Absurd Person Singular. They have 2 children. On October 31st, 2023, Ruck was involved in a car crash in LA for unknown reasons. He lost control, hit several vehicles, and crashed into the side of a pizza restaurant. I like pizza. That's not cool. I don't. No, he passes the smell test. Nothing suspicious here.
Good for you, Alan.
Good job, Alan. I did see an overturned car today. It was pretty wicked, pretty crazy. Hopefully everyone was okay. Let's get into our dad approved letterbox reviews. I've got mine right here. It is from Terry, who gave the movie 4 stars on our heart, and they said, "My ideal weight is Keanu Reeves on top of me." Good.
I got mine here from Liam F., who gave this movie 4 stars and a heart and wrote, "This film is the bomb."
Oh, it's a pun. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What do you have, Noah?
I have 4 stars and a heart by Dine. Keanu saying "fuck me" is one of the hottest things I have ever heard and witnessed, and I concur.
Okay, that was good. For a guy who just discovered what Letterbox is because of this show, that was a really good one. I'm really proud of you. That was really good.
I play catch up quick. And by the way, speaking of passing the smell test, I mean, Keanu Reeves passes the smell test. He's like the epitome of passing the smell test. He's the king of the smell test.
No
We always
question.
like to pick people who were unsure. Like I saw Keanu and I was like, well, that guy's a Boy Scout. We can't click
Yeah.
on him. We'll just be sitting here talking about all the good things he does. Can't do that. Nobody wants to hear that. But then
I actually worked with Joe Morton for a number of years, so that was a nice. I didn't remember he was in Speed.
What'd you work on him with?
He was Command. He was in Scandal. He played the head of a secretive organization called B613 that operated out of DC. He was Kerry Washington, Olivia Pope's father in the show, and he basically ran a hidden organization that ran, if not the country, possibly the world. And it was ridiculous in some fun TV senses that this hidden people were, more powerful than the president. But then I suddenly started wishing that we had something like B613. So, I wish that there was that television matched real life where there was super smart people actually pulling the strings behind the scenes. But I don't think they exist.
They're made up. They're all the big shadowy companies behind, or the big shadowy people behind everything happening.
All pedophiles.
Not real. Not Lalu Lele Lo? Is that the Metal Gear one?
Yeah.
Not real.
Yeah, no,
Not real.
it's just all pedophiles.
Just all pedophiles. Yep,
Just all
there it is.
pedophiles.
I do like Joe as Mac in this. We can
Yep.
just jump right in.
Yep.
We can jump right into the movie. I did not realize how long the elevator section of this movie was. It is longer than I remembered.
I was watching with my son, and both my sons and my wife. We just watched it the other night, and my first comment was, for a movie called Speed, my first thought, this is the slowest opening I have. I don't remember, and I'm not talking about the elevator sequence, which is cool, and there's really 3 pretty cool action sequences. This movie is made up of 3 amazing action sequences. That the action sequence in the elevator is cool. The opening credit scenes, when they're just going down the elevator shaft for like 9.5 minutes, is interminable. It was such a strange way to start this high-paced movie. My only criticism, otherwise I loved every moment.
I like the elevator shaft. I was like, yeah, it feels like we're actually shooting something and not just like a blue wall somewhere.
I am a little embarrassed to admit it took me about 3 watches of this movie before I realized that's where the credits took place. I was
Yeah.
I was always just like, what is this background? Where are they?
I think somebody was really excited in 1994 about being able to pull that off visually, because I don't know if it was a combination of it kind of looked like early computer graphics, maybe some practical effects, but it's a very probably hard shot to pull off. And I think they some DP was really excited to get the shot, and then they used it. They figured out a place to use
Like just loop it. Come on.
it. Keep it going.
And I do like, we get these characters in on the elevator. I think Late Night with the Devil guy's in there. I forget his name. He's in everything. Is that Fish? No.
No,
Oh, he's
that's
in Mad Men season 2. He's the
yes,
comedian.
that's Bob. No, not Bobby, but Jimmy Barrett.
There it is. As soon as I saw, I was like, wait a minute,
Yep.
he's in this.
Just the elevator scene.
Just a lot of scenes with me pointing at people and going like, I know them from something. I was on an elevator earlier. After seeing this movie, I was on an elevator and I tapped the button twice, and then I immediately started thinking of this movie. Like one of the earliest lines is like, "What are you hitting the button for twice, man?" And then the explosions happen like seconds later.
My wife got really excited because we're big Paradise fans, and in that elevator was also Patrick Fitzler, who plays the scientist in Paradise. Was what was just the guy in the front of the elevator, which is always fun to see someone who's had a big career.
I need to watch Paradise as a Sterling K. Brown fan and a fellow St. Louis, and I think I'd like it. Just
Yes,
hasn't happened for me. Season 2 just wrapped, right? Or just finished?
Season 2 finished. They're either writing or shooting season 3 as we speak.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna check it next time I see you. Noah, I'm gonna check that out. I also forgot Jeff Daniels was in this.
Me too.
As a
Again, I saw
as a
this when I was
character
very young.
named Harry.
As a character named Harry. He's not. Was this after or before Dumb and Dumber?
I think it's the same year.
No,
It's
way.
really close.
I'm pretty sure it's the
Absolutely
same
not.
year.
Absolutely not. There's no way.
It
Hold
was a
on.
94 was a good year for people named
right.
Harry, played by Jeff
You're right.
Daniels.
100%. It was Speed and then Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber came out December 16th, and Speed came out June. Man, we used to get comedies in December.
We used to get comedies.
We used to get comedies. Man, what a good year for him.
Yeah, no, he's good in this. His face when he realizes he's about to blow up, we got to put that on the face acting scale.
We need to make that face. We've been talking about making that scale for the last 2 years. We need to just sit down and do it.
I think he'd go near the
The,
top.
No, I love his level-headedness compared to Keanu, who's literally shoots his partner to get the guy.
Well, he told him to.
He did, but also he's like, it was implied like, maybe don't shoot me, like if you can help it.
But they also set it up in the dialogue when they were
Yeah.
doing that hypothetical hostage situation, and he said, "I would shoot the hostage," and then 4 minutes later, he shoots the hostage. You kind of saw that coming a little bit.
Is that Keanu's arc? Is his arc like, oh hey, maybe I should stop shooting the hostages?
I think if the
Well, you-
hostage at the end was anyone other than Sandra Bullock, he still would have shot the hostage.
I mean, he fell in love with the hostage, which is probably goes against most police hostage taking situations. It's a reverse Stockholm syndrome. He's the savior and not the whatever they call that. But we actually had a discussion this morning. I'm writing an action film right now, and we were just talking about not in preparation for this, but just talking about Keanu's character in Speed possibly not having an arc at all, which is interesting to think about. Maybe it was that he didn't shoot Sandra Bullock, but like he was hot-headed and impulsive and a hero's hero from the beginning, and he was hot-headed and impulsive and a hero's hero at the very end of the movie. So I'm not quite sure if you guys might have a better take on that, but I wasn't sure what the arc was.
I don't
And
think
do
he
we
has
need an
one.
arc? We enjoyed the movie without the arc.
I don't think.
Right, we don't.
Yeah.
If anything, I've learned that you shouldn't be a good person and try to get the bad guy because it's going to get you blown up.
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah,
needs an
yeah.
arc because this is one of those movies where it's just a man problem solving. You don't need an arc. Just show me some problem solving.
Is that the rule? Man, problem-solving movies like National Treasure, you don't need an arc. Nick Cage probably didn't have an arc either in that.
Well,
No.
his arc in that was that he hated his dad. He hated his lineage. He's like, well, I guess his dad hated. They hated each other in that movie, but his dad was John Voight, so kind of easy to hate, I guess.
National Treasure is a dad movie, by the way. If you guys maybe have already done it, but that's a good one for your list.
I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't
we've
know.
covered it yet. We are going to be making a new wheel here shortly,
We are. What other
and I'm
problem
putting a boy
solving?
and his dog on it.
Is there an arc in The Martian? I don't think so.
No, it's just people doing
It's
science.
it's just people solving problems.
Yeah, it's people like putting their heads together and being like, "Oh no, we can grow potatoes on Mars. We have the poop we need."
There is a bit of an arc in Project Hail Mary, but that's still
Yeah, I
mostly
was gonna
just
say the same thing. Like,
it's
I think the writer just got a little better
yeah.
across.
What else? I don't know.
It's that you should treat your pet rock better. That was the lesson of that
Oh,
movie, right?
Yeah.
no, Ryan Gosling had to learn how to be a hero. I do want to say, watching Project Hail. I know it's not the discussion of this podcast, but watching Project Hail Mary, watching Ryan Gosling in that, and having gone to see The Notebook in the theater in '94, probably, which is again a reference. I don't know exactly, but I'm guessing right around there. Uh, he hasn't aged. What an asshole! He looks exactly the same.
I think his cheeks are a little fuller.
Let's see. Hey, The Notebook was 2004, Noah.
Oh, 2000. Okay, that's better.
Across
Still
the board.
22 years ago.
Yeah,
Hey, he looked great when he died on those stairs in 2049.
he did.
One of my favorite scenes.
And looked exactly the same in 2049.
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
But yeah, I don't think
what?
this I don't think this movie needs an arc because just give me there's a bomb on a bus. What do you do? That's all I
What
need.
I love that there's also a bomb in the sense that like all these people on this bus, like for the most part, get along, but there's like one guy, like as soon as the cop gets on, he's like, "You're not
Yeah.
taking me in," and then shoots the bus driver. So like there's all these little bombs being put up, like lit, and then like slowly having to
There's the
diffuse them.
there's the hysterical lady who tries to escape the bus. What about the
You
rest of
shouldn't-
us?
That was a clean explosion too, like just taking that quarter panel of the bus right up there by the door.
Yeah.
Great, great bomb making. My God.
Well,
My
he was
son
he
picked
was a
up
pro.
the car. Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
Well, my son picked up that the Jaguar that he steals, that he gets into to get. I think it was a Jaguar to catch up with the bus and get into the bus.
Yes.
Gets like totaled. Like you see it, the same exact car getting totaled again later. Like they didn't have a car budget after that, and they had to use the same car twice for something. So we thought it was a good catch on his part.
I love that guy is just has a license plate Toon Man. I want to know about that guy.
That could be
Oh,
the TV series spinoff.
Toon Man, a speed story.
And I do want to say how difficult, I mean, I do want to shout out Graham Yost. We were talking about Graham Yost before this, about what an amazing writer he is and how many things he's done that's amazing later on in his career. Speed was very early in his career, Justified, amongst many other millions of incredible television shows that he's been part of or created. Slow Horses, The Americans. He's just been on everything that I've ever loved. But how hard it is as a writer to keep that, to be in a contained location like that bus and never make, and obviously we have the fact that it's literally going 50 miles an hour so it doesn't drag, but I mean it could have been really easy for that part of the movie to feel slow, to feel like it was just redundant, to feel like there wasn't a lot of movement because they're in a contained area and you have to keep on giving them things to do and heightening the tension. And I think Graham Yost did an exceptional job with that all the way through.
Well, what's great about it is they always find reasons to have things happening outside the bus. So you're never inside the bus for long thinking, well, we're just watching people in a bus. It's always cut into what's happening outside the bus, whether they gotta, skid through the exit ramp or, smash a stroller filled with cans, or you gotta get the shot bus driver off. Something always happening on the outside of the bus.
is that a common thing in LA? Are there can-filled strollers? That was something I've wondered since I was a child.
Yeah, when you get there, it's one of the things that it's a rite of passage to fill your stroller with cans.
Well, see, I put babies in them right now, but I'll get there one day.
I went to Nick. This is a quick good story in LA about a stroller. My wife once asked me to. She was at the mall to bring a stroller to the mall because she had our young son, and to also bring a sweater for them because it was cold. So I drive to the mall with a stroller and a sweater, and I get out of the car, and what the best way to transport a stroller is how? Open, correct? Just rolling the stroller. So I'm rolling the stroller to the mall, and I realized I forgot the sweater in the car. So I turn around, I go, oh shit, and I turn around to get the sweater, and this other father is walking by me, and he just looks at me and he shakes his head and he's like, "Dude." And I realized it took me a second to realize that he thought I forgot the baby, when in fact I forgot something else. But that's a dad story for a dad podcast.
Yeah, that's good.
He had a good story later. The dad forgot the baby in the car, and I'm like, I never got a chance to tell him it was just a sweater.
So first he thinks you're just leaving the baby there. Second, he
still think till today he thinks I left the baby in the car.
hey, you were a new father.
I wasn't though. It was my second child, and I did nothing wrong besides forget my wife's sweater. That's I will add to that. I was fully in the moment.
I would argue you're less ready for the second child. You're like, what am I forgetting? Oh yeah, your baby in the stroller. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Back on the not so much the arc, but it was fascinating seeing how much was OJ 96. Was the OJ chase 96?
I think so. 96, 97?
90, no, earlier, 90, 94, 95.
Was it?
So right around this time.
Yeah, it was right. It was. I know that because I knew where I was. If you are a certain age, you know exactly where you were when the verdict came out, because it was a big moment in our lives. So I was a freshman going into a sophomore in college, and that was 95, 94, 95. So the case had to have been a year before.
So it's fascinating to see like the media obsession with like this violent crime happening on this bus. Like they're chasing this bus, and it just so happens to be the way that the bomber is like keeping tabs on them. I mean, we get the reveal later on that there's been a camera on the bus the entire time, which is laughably like the biggest camera I've ever seen. Like you would see it immediately, like you'd look at it now and be like, that's a camera.
Well, they were under a lot of pressure, Nick.
Yes, there were bombs. There were bombs. People were dying. People were shooting
People were they were getting hysterical.
Alan Ruck was saying, let's take this outside in the middle of a speeding bus. Speaking of speeding, I was driving 50 miles per hour today. Not that fast. Not exciting at all.
They had to say over 50 miles an hour. They had to go 55.
They did. They almost got it up to 70 to make that jump.
Yeah.
I do like
it's a very unrealistic movie that you would never be able to go 55 miles an hour very long in Los Angeles. So you in LA traffic, they jumped reality there.
As someone who's been out there a few times, I agree. I was constantly stopping, not really driving anything over 50, even on the highway.
Well, it's a good thing there was that unfinished freeway.
Good thing.
Yeah.
You guys have those laying around out there, right?
That nobody knew about. That even the cops didn't know it was unfinished until the very last second.
I started giggling as they were driving circles around the airport, by the way. It's the biggest loop ever. And then they're, I almost wonder what's the comedy with the wah, 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 wah,
Benny Hill?
Music playing. Benny Hill, there it is. Just wanted to add that in there and just watch it for hours.
There's also a moment in there right before he's like, I got to get off the bus, but don't worry, I'm coming back. And they're like, don't go. And he's like, I got to go, but I'll be back. And then he just opens the door, steps out, and they're like right there waiting for him, somehow miraculously knowing that he's going to step out of the bus at that second into like fully into the other car. I'm like, that was well
really cool. That was really, really cool. I would say my one negative is probably Howard Payne, just because like he's an ex-cop, but he's mad about his pension. He's mad about losing his finger. And I'm like, okay, you gotta give me like a fake rubber hand missing a finger or something.
Well, he had a deformed hand.
Did he? I don't remember like the camera like
They never lingered.
maybe I'm
They
just
never lingered on it that long, but his hand was deformed.
maybe my brain's just rotted from like modern media where like they're giving me things 10 times. Like, hey, we're doing this thing. Hey, the bad guy's missing a finger.
Yeah.
Hey, the bad guy's missing it. We know you're on your phone. He's missing a finger.
His hand was fucked up, but they never lingered on it or zoomed in, but like you could tell.
Okay.
And he was using his other hand on the phone too because of it.
I don't know. I just $3 million in 1994 didn't seem like a lot of money, Howard.
I think it was.
Those are Dr. Evil numbers.
Well, that Dr. Evil came out right before then too, so that's all. it's all of it.
Give me $3 million.
I
That's
thought
tough.
Keanu's reaction to Harry dying was a bit muted, but on the other hand, we didn't really have time to dwell on it. But he's all when by the time he finds out, he's sort of into I want to hook up with Sandra Bullock mode. So like,
Too much
I'm not
adre
going to think about dwell on that, but
too much adrenaline to be sad about your friend being blown to smithereens.
Yeah, they just
he's
wrote a bus panel on the concrete.
I mean, how close were they? He shot him.
my
He's
that's really,
he was
my
upset
other
he
thing
would
was like, why was Sandra Bullock just standing there, letting herself be kidnapped? And why was she still around? It's a whole different area. She's like, oh, I'm gonna after this super traumatic moment where I watched people die for the first time in my entire life. People are blown up right next to me. When it's all over and I'm safe, I'm gonna now go to the next location for whatever reason and stand there on the sidewalk and let myself get kidnapped by the bad guy. That was a I know there's like, well, I hope people aren't paying too much attention to that, but that never made a lot of sense to me unless you guys figured out why she was standing there.
she's very believable up until that point because her friend, I think her name was Meredith, like gets blown up and she like panics and like is having trouble driving and Keanu has to help her with the wheel. And at this point, she just gets out of the ambulance, looks around, sees the first person that talks to her. It's like, I guess I'll follow you. What's the,
I feel like there
you want
is
me
a
to put this vest
line
on?
I feel like there is a line in there where they explain why she chose to stay there, but I have no earthly idea why she would have gotten out of the ambulance.
Stay in the
Well, but she's
ambulance.
and also at a totally different location, by the way, too, right? Where the ending of the movie was at the airport. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was downtown LA where they were putting uh, the hidden mailbox, which is nowhere. If you're that's an hour in traffic. That's an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes away from. I mean, granted, that's just like geography, but like she wouldn't be in the ambulance an hour and 40 minutes away. She'd be in a hospital right next to LAX where where she got out of the bus. But anyways, that's just me.
Any negatives from you, Matt?
No,
No.
no, I got nothing. I think this is a
Perfect
perfect
movie.
I think this is a perfect movie. Every problem has a solution that introduces a new problem, and I just think that's wonderful.
I like as they're finally getting off the bus, Alan Ruck's character and then Ortiz's character, Carlos Carrasco, uh, they bro it out and hug it, hug on the other bus, and it's beautiful.
It's a bonding experience.
It's a bonding. It's like, we were just kidnapped. You want to be friends? I like that Ruck's character is like this out of town tourist. I was like, that's just like me. He's just like me when I went. Same experience and everything.
I like how when you first see him, he's trying to hit on Sandra Bullock, and she puts her own gum on her seat, and it's like, "Oh, there's gum on my seat."
I love his line when they're at the airport and he's like, "But I've already been here." And he's trying to just go sightseeing. He's like, "What this? What? Why are we back?"
Yeah, there's some good characters on that bus.
Trying to see. Oh yeah, there's the cheesy one liner after he kills Payne. He lost his head. Where'd he go? He lost his head.
Yep.
Not the strongest one, but I was like, okay, you can have that one. His
Yeah.
head did come clean off, come
That was a
smooth off.
that was a clean decapitation.
Uh, yeah, I like the banter between Jack and Harry. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. There's just a few things that I was like, man,
I think the
And
stunt
this movie,
work is great. A lot of good practical effects. The
mhm.
bus blowing up at the beginning is great.
I think
Well,
Keanu really solidified himself as an action leading man, action star too in this movie.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
was
was this after
so
Point
much
Break?
right about the same time again. Let's look at. I was trying to figure
Yeah.
that out myself.
I every time I watch this, I'm just amazed at how many Keanu Reeves movies you can say, you could probably make a good argument that's like the best action movie of its
Point Break was
time,
91.
and he's in like
91.
4 of them.
So is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, My Own Private Idaho, Dracula's 92. Oh yeah, I forget he was in that Much Ado About Nothing. Oof. Johnny Mnemonic in 95, A Walk in the Clouds. When was Matrix was 99. Yeah, very active in the 90s and then oh yeah, The Replacements was oh man. Because even no, Vanilla Sky was Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
They both had the long hair beard look back then, so I get their roles mixed up every once in a while. Oh, I forgot him and Bully did the Lake House together in '06.
That's a baffling movie.
That should be on the wheel. It's happening.
Oh
We'll
God.
double feature that and A Scanner Darkly. It's a
Good
good
movie.
double feature.
Good movie and a bad movie.
It's what we do. It's what we do. Anything else good, bad, the ugly that we want to say about Speed?
I feel like we got all of it. But I'm sure somewhere is thinking they didn't talk about this, and they're very upset.
They can do it down in the comments. They always do.
Yeah.
Where are we ranking this? What's everybody ranking? I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd. I think be willing to give it a 4.5. I'm gonna stick it at 4.5. Matt, where are you at?
This is a 5 for me. I've told this story before. There was a time, I think about a year ago, where for some reason Speed was on TV, like I don't know, like 4 times a day, every day, for like a whole week. I watched it every time.
This had to be like a college movie channel. I have the same story, but with Django, and it was like 9 days in a row. I watched Django Unchained.
Yeah, I don't know what channel. It might have been AMC. I don't know, but I watch it every time, and I never got sick of it. This might be my desert island movie.
Okay,
It's just it's endlessly I could watch this movie. I could watch it again right now. I just might.
so 5 stars. Noah, what do you give Speed?
Somewhere 4.5, in between 4 and 5 stars. Not, it's super enjoyable. It's a little it's a little like fast food where it's super enjoyable. It's not something that like stays with you forever later on, but you enjoyed the experience and you're gonna keep enjoying. Like I can eat fast food all the time, so yes, you can go back to Speed again and again and again. But it didn't make me think about deeper themes in life, which is what would bump it up to a 5 maybe. But it is a super fun and indicative of a time period in the 90s where we were making pretty freaking awesome movies. Action movies were, fantastic, and now we're still making them, but it's really hard to kind of repeat what we did back then again and again and again. And we're also not watching them in theaters anymore as much. So it's the shared communal experience when you watch the bus blow up or whatever, and you can, turn to your neighbor or the audience and sort of feel their emotions at the same time. It's a real loss, I think, that we are, have moved away from the theater experience the way we have.
What are you talking about? I like watching The Gray Man by myself.
Nobody
Your
likes
phone out,
watching The
iPod
Gray
out,
Man.
play Fortnite.
Like, wait a minute. What happened to Gray Man? What is Gray Man doing?
Well, the theaters will always have Tom Cruise and Jason Statham.
There, hey, Beekeeper 2. We
I'm
should
I'm
we should
so shocked of all the stars. Statham's the one whose movies are still in theaters all the time. But by God, am I glad.
because somebody saw the Transporter trilogy, like 20 years ago, and they're like, no, we have to keep this man in theaters.
I could
We must
never
keep him in theaters.
I could never imagine never watching The Beekeeper in a theater.
I wish I had, but for sure that sequel I'm going. Dad movie. Is this 100% dad movie?
I think so.
I don't think there's anything that takes it away. It's just action.
It's
Yeah,
just
people like dads like Keanu. Dads like
Dad's like Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. Dad's also like
Dad's like
Sandra
Sandra
Bullock.
Bullock. Yeah, I think. I
Jeff
mean,
Bridges.
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels, not Bridges.
Yeah.
Different Jeff. Different Jeff.
It's problem solving. I think dads like problem solving. Just people competent at their jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you just reminded me of the bad review that you read.
This movie's the bomb.
Eddie. No, the one that like gave it a 1 star because it made the LAPD heroes.
Oh, that one.
It's like you're watching movies wrong, man. Stop it.
It's a very modern take on a movie.
Yeah.
They turn it on, they immediately see the badge. You're like, I'm not watching this.
I
No,
don't know,
thank
man.
you.
But yeah, I think I can't see anything dads wouldn't like about Speed.
Yeah, I give it 100. Yeah, it's 100. You say you too, Noah?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's something about that era of film for a lot of men who were not yet dads, who have become dads and look nostalgically back upon all those movies as well. So like, and any older, it would be a grandpa movie, but it's not. It's still in an age where most of us are dads and not grandpas, and across a lot of genres. So, and blue collar and motors and bombs and just checks a lot of check boxes there for a dad movie.
Right, yeah,
Cool.
right on the
Yeah.
tail. Did westerns die? Real quick aside, did westerns die in the '90s? Like, cause what's the one we watched for this?
Tombstone?
Unforgiven? No,
Oh,
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
Because I think of Unforgiven and Tombstone, and those are probably like the last great two.
Hollywood goes through these weird cyclical thing where movies, for no apparent reason, are considered dead. For instance, pirate movies were dead for a long time, and then Pirates of the Caribbean came out and was just fantastic. Westerns are dead until they're not. Although there's been a number of attempts at a modern western that really haven't succeeded in the way that the older westerns have. So maybe we are moving a little bit past that. But then someone like Taylor Sheridan, someone's going to come out with a western. I mean, and he already has to a certain degree. And maybe some of our westerns have moved to television too, where we can actually stay in it a little longer. Yellowstone is a western, right? And that's hugely successful.
I feel like the
I mean,
Western is. I feel like
the
the
more I hear
Western
about
is.
his stuff on TV, the
Yeah.
more I think like, am I an asshole for not watching these? Like, people seem to enjoy them. Like people who I trust their taste, and they're like, they wouldn't lead me wrong.
Taylor
Yeah.
Sheridan's really good at putting people in beautiful locations, doing really interesting things, and realizing that that's enough to fill to satisfy an audience. That you don't often need to have the wittiest or the deepest conversations. It can just people on horseback, people at oil derricks, people mobsters doing certain things is always going to be uniquely interesting, and he kind of cornered that.
He's growing on me. I'll say
I
that.
mean,
I'll say that much.
I haven't watched any of his shows, but his movies are quite good.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's hard to criticize somebody who's so big in our industry. I think the only complaint I have is he does too much. Like, it's too hard for quality control to be one man making that much content. And I know people don't like the word content for TV shows, but he's putting out a lot of episodes and a lot of different shows. So if that's how do you possibly keep it all at the highest level when you're doing that much at once?
I can't remember
Yeah,
where I heard it. It might have even been from you, Nick, but I heard someone describe him as Shonda Rhimes for middle-aged white dudes.
Feels about right.
yeah.
As
I think that was Kate.
someone who's worked for Shonda Rhimes, that feels
Yeah.
about right.
I think that was Kate.
Was it?
Yeah, because I said I said he's Tyler Perry for Texas, and she's like, no, no. uh, oh, Kate.
Okay.
Okay, hey, but you know what? You know what we don't approve of? IMDb goofs. These are guys who watch movies and go onto IMDb to complain about some pedantic little thing that doesn't matter at all,
Yep.
instead of just enjoying the movie. And all these are written by Neil deGrasse Tyson, in case you're wondering.
Every
So,
single one for every single
every
movie.
single one.
It's always him.
Matt, do you want to do yours first?
Yes. After the first bus blows up, Jack is on the phone with the bomber. The bomber gives Jack a deadline of 11 a.m., after which Jack looks at his watch. The time on Jack's watch shows 8:05, but that's not the time of day. Above the numbers on the watch are the letters AL, which means it's on the alarm setting. 8:05 is the time the watch alarm was set for, not the time of day. First of all, I think this is wrong because if you put your watch on alarm, it's just going to say alarm and it's still going to show you the time. And second of all, why do you care so much about his watch? There's a bomb on a bus.
Noah, do you want to do yours?
Sure, I've had a few, but I because we were talking about this, and I shared it with my sons as we were watching. One of the things I remember about the movie was how unrealistic people remembered. There's a lot of fun action, amazing action, but the bus jump was something that has always stood out as being somewhat unrealistic. But it's movie magic. You're gonna if you've accepted the fact the bus is going 50 miles an hour and all these other things, you're gonna accept the fact that they're not all going to die when they have to jump this gap. But somebody did take umbrage at this and wrote, and I could just, they didn't say use the word actually, but the actually is implied where it should be. It should, implied actually, city buses have approximately 70% of their total weight in the rear due to the extra suspension, wheels, and the engine. This is made evident when the bus first jumps the gap in the freeway as the rear of the bus dipped down while the front of the bus pointed up. Therefore, it would be impossible for the bus to have jumped a 50-foot gap in the freeway that was level on both sides and landed as shown. Can I comment on that? A couple of things. One, it would have been impossible even if there wasn't 70% of the total weight of in the back of the bus, right? The bus isn't going to jump higher than something 50 foot away unless there's an incline, and there wasn't an incline. And person, because their name is not here, who made this review, the reason the bus tipped the way it did was because, and I wasn't there, but the only way they could have gotten that stunt was by carrying that bus by helicopter, and that was just the way they carried it over the gap. So that led to that little thing happening. But it did lead to a memorable moment in movie history.
I would like to tell, and it was Neil deGrasse Tyson who wrote this, because it always is, that he should learn about the rule of cool, which states that if something is unrealistic, but it looks really cool, you leave it in the movie.
I'd like to believe that Sandra Bullock, you know how like in Fast Five or whichever Fast and Furious Vin Diesel unlocks this, every time he hits the gas in his Charger, it does the wheelie. I like to imagine she hit the gas just right and it did that. But no, I've got one here, and this one's funny because there's already a typo here, and these people again
Every time.
so pedantic and care about the details, just not when they're writing. Just not when they're writing. The bus is rear wheel driven. Buddy, that's rear wheel drive is what you're looking for. Speedometer is connected to front tires, so when bus takes off into air on freeway, the front wheel should stop spinning in a few seconds, and bus should have been blown off. Blown up? The bomb is definitely not judging wind speed. The takeoff itself, of course, is another error mentioned already. So this guy's citing sources from other goofs. He can't put together a sentence to save his life, but
Oh, who's blowing off the bus?
That bus would have been blown off, let me tell you. Yeah. Those people are fun. Anybody got a dad joke?
I do, but you're not going to like it.
Jesus. All right, do it.
You also might not understand it because this joke requires knowledge of young people slang.
I think I can get it.
Okay. This movie is bussin'.
It's good. It's good. No, Noah, do you have one?
Oh man, you know me, and you know my love of dad jokes. I think the title alone is sort of a built-in dad joke, but I don't have one that I can think of on the fly. If you go and I come up with one, I will circle back with me.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. I don't have one. I don't have one. I yield my dad joke. Matt, do you have another one?
I don't. It took me long enough to think of that one.
We can come back to it. No, we have a long survey to do.
Yeah.
Great. Do the survey, and I'll keep my brain going while I think about this.
Okay, we have, as usual, when we have a guest, we have the dad questionnaire, 15 questions, scientifically designed. Then
Wait,
when
I
you
have one.
answer the
There we go. Sorry, it took me a second. Sorry for interrupting, but for this movie, this movie and this movie only, they should have billed Keanu Reeves as Keanu Revs. Dad joke. Come
That's
on.
good. That's
It's
good.
a good dad joke. It's a good dad joke.
All right, so the dad questionnaire, we have 15 questions that you will answer. The first thing that comes to your head, straight from the heart. And through these answers, it is scientifically proven that the listeners and the dirty, dirty viewers who shouldn't be viewing a podcast, it's an audio medium, but they will all be able to determine just how dad you are. It's not for us to say. You don't get a score, but they'll know. They'll always know. Question one. Do you think you could land an airplane in an emergency?
Yes, but only for one reason. I actually live next to a couple of pilots, and they said that the planes can basically land themselves at this point. So yes, if I could figure out how to put that autopilot on, I would say yes. But
That's what I te-
otherwise, no.
That's what I tell people when they ask me and they don't believe it. Um, question two. What is your favorite action movie?
Die Hard.
Alright, question three. What is the movie that when you see it on TV, you drop the remote and watch?
Lord of the Rings.
Which
Okay.
one? We're gonna need a more
Yes.
specific answer
Yeah.
here.
Especially the first one.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
How often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Considering I taught history in the college level for 7 years, and my son asked me all kinds of questions, and we are living through the fall of Rome as we speak, more than most.
Okay. Have you watched a movie standing up? And if so, what's the longest you've lasted before sitting?
Great question. Yes, I get migraines sometimes, which require me to stand up. And I remember watching the documentary Icarus completely standing up because I couldn't uh, sit or lie down, but I loved watching it, and it helped me get through that headache.
If you were stranded on a deserted island, what movie would you want with you?
That's a great question. Um, I think Princess Bride. This is assuming I can have somewhere to watch the movie.
Yes, you have
Oh,
all
yeah.
the tools to watch the movie, no
Okay.
tools to escape.
Yeah, let's watch the Princess Bride.
How many works of Taylor Sheridan have you seen?
None through. Well, no. I mean, Sicario, Hell and High Water, the movies I've seen, and I've seen a lot of Yellowstone, but not all of it. I've seen parts of Landman. As a TV writer, you have to sort of pay attention to what's coming out, but you don't necessarily have to watch the whole thing.
Okay. If a loved one was kidnapped, which movie character would you most emulate while attempting a daring rescue?
I'd like to think it would be Liam Neeson in Taken or Denzel Washington in Equalizer, but most likely it would be. God, I don't know. That's a great question. I hope it's not Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That would be somewhere between Cameron and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Speaking of him from this movie and Liam Neeson in Taken.
Cameron stood up for
Okay.
himself by the end, though.
He did. It's true.
Yeah, but he sort of hide for the whole time, I would think.
Well, he had a
He ha-
cold.
he hemmed and hawed the whole way. Yeah, you're right.
Do you let others touch the thermostat?
Yes.
What is the best sandwich?
French tip.
Who is the best Jack? Bauer, Reacher, or Ryan?
Power.
What is your favorite movie quote?
That's a great question. Never get in a land war with a Sicilian when death is on the line, probably.
Who is the coolest movie character?
Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11.
The good one.
It's a good answer. Favorite dad joke?
Favorite dad joke. God, you would think I would have more off the top of my head, considering I love dad jokes and I tell them all the time. You'll have to come back to me on that one. Let me think about it for 1 second.
Okay, well, you're thinking of that. You can also think of the answer to the final question, and perhaps the most important one. What is the best Tom Cruise movie? Oh,
Uh, best Tom Cruise movie is Good question. I love him in Tropic Thunder. I think he's so fantastic. Can I tell a joke?
Yes.
A real joke?
Yep.
A dirty joke?
Any kind of
Can I tell
joke.
This is a PG show, but sure.
Okay, I'm gonna set this up. This is gonna tell me. I mean, show what kind of father I am. I told my son, Nick, you know who Atticus is. I told Atticus this joke, but I would never tell him the punchline until he overheard me telling the joke, and then I made him wait until he was 12 years old for me to tell the punchline. And finally, I told the punchline, and he was really shocked and wished he never knew the punchline. So, a Scottish man is in a bar, and he's sitting next to his neighbor at the bar, and he says, "Do you see this bar? I built this bar with me own 2 hands, but they don't call me McGregor the bar builder." And he points outside, and says, "Do you see that wall?" And he goes, "I built that wall with me own 2 hands, but they don't call me McGregor the wall builder."
I
But you
know where this is
fuck one
going.
goat. So the
You-
fuck one goats part, it took my son 6 years or something for me to finally tell him, and what that final answer was.
Yep.
I don't know where that puts me in the dad joke arena, but that's the type of father I am.
That's a classic.
You've chased off our one Scottish listener. Thank you very much.
That's a perfect Scottish accent, I'll have you know.
It was.
All right. Well, that is all of the questions. So, Noah, our listeners now know how dad you are.
I would say 8 out of 10, Dad.
Well,
I'll
it's,
give myself a rating.
well, it's for
That's
them.
a self-assigned number. It's not scientific.
It's for them to decide, and they may never tell you, or they will. It's not for us to say.
Oh, I've got my dad joke.
Oh, finally.
I don't know about this Speed movie. It was a bomb. Yeah. I don't know about this Speed movie. It was a box office bomb. That's it. That's all I got. I wanted something with bomb in it.
I don't think it was a box office bomb, so now you're just wrong.
And you
wanted to.
Letterboxd review, which had bomb in it. You can't crib someone else's
Hack
joke.
Kaufman.
wanted to
I
do-
call him Hack
I wanted
Kaufman.
I wanted
Keanu-
to do a East joke. There's a bomb in my bus, but I didn't know if any of the older listeners would know. There's a bomb in my bus. Cameron Winter's favorite movie. Matt gets it. Matt's a goosehead. It's part of the flock. Big geese fan up there in Canada.
The band or the animal?
Both.
I don't mind the band. The animal's a menace.
Do we want to jump to the future and spin this wheel real quick?
Yes, let's go spin the wheel, which is totally a live wheel spin that we didn't pre-record.
We didn't pre-record this at all.
Oh, no, it happened again.
Oh God, what? Why am I back in these clothes?
We're back in these clothes. We're back to spin the wheel. Oh, I haven't changed the wheel from last week. It still has speed on it. Let me get rid of
No,
that.
take it. Get it out of here.
Really unprepared for this wheel spin. It's almost like we did it last minute.
Oh boy. Oh, let's
That's
spin
crazy.
that wheel.
All right, we got 3 movies left. Here we go. What's it going to be? So we can transport ourselves back to the present. It is Big Fish.
You can find this for free on YouTube if it's still up.
Really, the whole movie.
Literally the whole. I'm gonna look for it right now, and I'm gonna tell you
All right,
because
well,
it was up. It was up.
I'll just tell the people, if you're a Canadian listener or viewer, this is on Crave or Hollywood Suite.
If you're in America, excuse me. If you're in America, the full fucking movie is on YouTube.
I guess if you're
Not-
anywhere in the world, the whole movie's on YouTube.
Yeah, not and you're thinking like, oh, you're gonna make me buy it. No. The full movie's on there for free.
That's
Has
incredible.
been for some time now.
That is incredible.
I'm watching it right now.
Amazing.
I'm watching it right now.
Amazing. Okay. Let's go back to the present day and end that episode that we have with a guest. Oh wow,
I'm
what a
not with
wheel
that.
spin! What a wheel spin that
Yeah,
was. Falling Down, great movie.
falling down. You have to get it. I had to get it at the library for that. It's at my library.
That's nice. It's not at my library. I have to watch it through other means.
I got. You know what? This movie's so old that like it was one of those DVD boxes that was flat. It was a flat DVD box, and it came with a sign that said, "Don't leave this in your car; it will melt the box." I was like,
Let me tell
okay.
you, there's something called iTunes, and for $2.99 you can normally rent most movies. So
I like supporting my local library because I don't know if you know this, but they're under attack, Noah.
they are. They are. I've learned recently like a library is like a free blockbuster. Who would have thought?
Libraries are
They got
great.
video games.
Not all of
Mine has
them.
Arc Raiders.
I was shocked to learn that the library in my city does not have video games, but the libraries in the suburbs around the city do.
Yeah.
Weird.
I posted about my library having video games, and I had a bunch of Redditors tell me to do some things to myself that I can't repeat here if I don't want the
Don't
episode taken down.
don't post about the library on Reddit. They don't read.
They don't. They're terrible people. Noah, where can people keep up with you on the internet? Or if you want to share your social security number, home address, whatever.
Well, I'm mostly some people reach out to me on Instagram and other places. Even though I'm there, I don't check it very often. I am mostly, if you're gonna find me, at Noah Evslin on Threads. I suppose I'm on Blue Sky at the same. Yeah, that's the best way to get me. You'll reach out to me there. I'll most likely see it. I might not answer, but I'll most likely see what you say.
Yeah, you left me on red and on blue sky all the time.
Well, Blue Sky, I forget to go, so that's if you want to reach out to me, you can just text me. But yes, Blue Sky is I keep forgetting that that's actually no offense to all the Blue Skyers. I have migrated over to Threads, and that's the side of the split internet that I am now on.
All offense to the blue skyers. They need a little more offense. No, like every time you do post on there, like I'll get on the app and I'll say, "Oh, Noah posted." I'm gonna mess with it.
And then I'm gone. I never check it. I'm like, oh, I forgot. I did my duty once a month, and now I'm back off. It's for Blue Sky, it's hard because there is no algorithm, which is it's that's built in. So you might get like six likes and 6 views. If you post the same thing on Threads, you get like 9,000. So it's just the dopamine hit is just not the same.
It's not there. It's not there anymore. And then I go on Twitter, and I got
Big
people I
mistake.
know that pay for blue checks, and they're Nazis everywhere, and I'm like, oh my god, out
I
of
am
here.
very happy not to be there anymore.
It's a hell website. Noah, thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming on. So good to see you. We should get the Fortnite band back together whenever you're not playing Arc Raiders or whatever it is you do.
Arc Raiders is a fun game. You should get on. That's our new little thing. But yes, Fortnite is really good. Thank you guys for having me. I hope I didn't offend all the dads out there.
They're easy. They're easy to please. They're fun.
Yep. Just have some people solving problems for 2 hours and no character development. They're happy campers.
Oh,
Good to know.
Yeah. All right. Like and subscribe, all you dirty viewers, if you're viewing this. How dare you?
Yep, right,
Yep.
right here, viewers. Listeners, we love you. Viewers,
Yep.
as Matt said earlier, this is an audio medium. What are you doing? Why do
Forcing
you need to
us-
watch a podcast? What's wrong with
Forcing
you?
us to reveal our faces. Yeah, leave a
Perverts.
review on your podcast platform of choice. I'm not going to tell you what kind of review. You're your own person. Tell your friends, tell your family, whatever you do. Don't tell your mother.